Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. The past 2 months, I guess it's been a month since I posted on YouTube, has been crazy. So every time I think that I have the boys on a schedule, have us on a schedule, have the house all cleaned up, like all good to go, it just goes shoot. And yeah, so me trying to film a video or do any like day in the lives, I feel like my house is always trashed. So until I get on to a better schedule with them, or you know, just in general, then I'm just gonna have to be patient about when these videos are going to come out. So let's just jump right into it. This video is going to be a 1 and 2 month update for my newest baby, Owen. So first things first, I do have like the doctor's papers in front of me, so I can tell you like height, weight, all that kind of stuff from his first month appointment and second month appointment. We actually just had that the other day, his second month appointment. But for the first month appointment, he was 10 pounds, 2.6 ounces. Just to refresh your memory, when he was born, he was 9 pounds, 3 ounces. So that's the 44th percentile. And his height is 21.73 inches. That's the 43rd percentile. His head circumference is 39.8 centimeters, which is the 97th percentile. So he has a big head, and that makes sense why he did not come out correctly. And for the 2 month, he was 12 pounds, 7.8 ounces, which is 43rd percentile. His height was 23.39 inches, which is 53rd percentile. And his head circumference is 41.1 centimeters, which is the 91st percentile. So I have my notes kind of broken down into 4 categories, which is like sleep, feeding, like clothing and diapers, and just like basic other things that he's kind of been going through for the past 2 months. But to start off with sleeping, he wasn't as good as Ethan at sleeping at the very beginning. Ethan was very jaundiced, so he would sleep through the night kind of almost from the beginning, even though we didn't let him until he was 1 month old and got the go-ahead from our pediatrician. Anyway, so at first, Owen would only wake up, or he would wake up in between like every 2 to 3 hours to feed, like on his own. He would just like wake us up from it. And now he's doing a little bit better. He did verge off from every 2 to 3 hours. Then he would go like 4 to 5 hours per se, and now he kind of like sleeps through the night for us. Well, I guess I should say he does sleep through the night, and I'm very fortunate that he does that now. So he will start his last feeding around like 9:30-ish. Sometimes it's even before that. If he is hungry enough, then he will sleep through the night then. But he will have that last feeding, and he will last until like 5:36, and even today he lasted until 7:30 when Michael's alarm went off. So I have been pretty lucky that he does sleep through the night. I get to have all of my sleep, or majority of it. Every once in a while he will wake up like randomly, but I can get him back to sleep pretty fast. Also, to go with sleeping, his napping is pretty sporadic, besides when I put the boys down for a nap together, and I've been trying to do that a lot more often, just so I can get a break from both of them at the same time. So they usually take a nap in between like 10:30, 11, 11:30-ish, depending on, I just base off of Ethan's cues, if he's getting cranky and tired and stuff. But I'll put them down at that time, and then they won't wake up until like 2:33, which is a very good long nap that I get to have both boys sleeping, and then try to get some things done around the house, or just sit on the couch and watch TikToks, just to try to get some type of a break from them. Don't get me wrong, I love them both. I love them both to death. I love that I am a stay-at-home mom, but every once in a while I feel like I'm cuckoo and I need a break. Okay, so moving on to the feeding category. So I was breastfeeding him until maybe he was almost 2 months. Probably like 2 weeks ago is when I switched him directly all onto formula. But like Ethan, he was not latching very well at all, and it hurt, and I ended up trying to exclusively pumping and feeding him a bottle that way, and just hated every second of it. And breastfeeding and, you know, pumping is not for everyone. And I lasted until probably like 4.5 months with my first son, and I just, yeah, at that point I wasn't keeping up with my supply at that point, and that's why I ended it. This time around I just didn't like it, and it gave me really bad anxiety when I was pumping. I was pumping like every single time instead of like feeding him and then pumping, you know, afterwards or whatever. So I was done with it. And I know that's kind of a controversial like topic on, you know, formula too early or anything like that, but I also wasn't able to keep up with him of what he wanted to eat. He eats a lot more than what Ethan was. I want to say around Ethan's 4 month, he was drinking about 4 ounces, and Owen now is drinking 4 ounces, and he's 2 months. So it's almost like double of what Ethan was eating at one time. So I did have an oversupply, and I was freezing things and, you know, keeping everything in the fridge and everything ready to go. And I was gonna suffer through it until I could get it to at least like 4 or 5 months. But then he started getting really gassy, and he was not very happy with the breast milk. And from my experience, and it's different for everyone, and you know, everyone's gonna have a different opinion about this, but from my experience with Ethan, as soon as I transferred him from breast milk to formula, and he had the same issue, he was so gassy. He was an overall different baby, and he was so happy. And that just happened to be the exact same experience that I have had with Owen. So I transferred him over to formula. I tried like the gas leaves from Infinel. That one worked really well with Ethan, but this time around didn't really work too well for Owen. So we tried a different formula, which is the sensitivity one from Infinel, which means like they have it's like without lactose. If they have like a sensitivity to lactose, you put him on that one, and he has been great on that one, and it's been working out very well. So like I just said, he eats 4 ounces, and I might be upping that up soon just because he's eating every 2 to 3 hours. He does nap for that long time, like I did say, and he sleeps through the night. So every 2 to 3 hours, he's having 4 ounces. But we might be upping that to 4.5 soon, just because I feel like sometimes he's not lasting to that 2-hour mark sometimes, and I will pull out like 2 more ounces to feed to him, and then he'll be good for a little bit. But I think it's time to up it up. But it's crazy to think that he's eating that much already, because my sister's baby is 3 months, almost 3 months older than Owen, and she's drinking just as much. So it's pretty crazy that Owen is eating that much at one time, and he keeps it all down. Like every once in a while he'll spit up, but he is keeping everything down. So I know that I'm not overfeeding him. So right now he is in 0 to 3 month clothes, and his diaper size is a size 1. I did switch over to a size 1 probably a little earlier than I did with Ethan, just because I didn't feel like going out and getting another newborn pack because I went through all of them. So I just switched over to size 1s. And the diapers that we have been using, and it's been working for both of the boys, is the Costco brand. And I wasn't sure about how I feel about switching from the Honest company over to Costco, just because, you know, I became a stay-at-home mom. We had to figure out ways to save money instead of, you know, spending, you know, a bunch of money. And I said, let's just try the Costco brand because they are the cheapest on the market. You get so many at a time, so you really don't have to run out and get more diapers, you know, every other week like we used to. And yeah, they've been working pretty well. So if you're unsure about what diaper brand to use or anything like that, I would definitely try to get like the Costco brand, just to see if that would work out for your baby, just because it is 10 times cheaper than any other brand. So going on to the basics of him from 0 to 2 months. I guess there are more milestones. I guess there's some like small updates as well, but he had really bad baby acne around like 2 months, and it probably went away in 2 weeks or something. So by the time he hit 1 month, it was pretty much all gone. I think there was still a little bit left, but it's all gone now. But he had baby acne for his newborn pictures, which was terrible. And it was probably bad on me that I waited 2 weeks until I did his newborn pictures. But you know, when you have a baby and a toddler, you just try to figure out when you can do it and have some help to be able to do them. He had, so from switching to bad acne to cradle cap, that's pretty much what he did. So from 2 weeks, he had 2 weeks to 4 weeks, he had really bad acne. And then from 4 weeks until, it's still going on now that he has really bad cradle cap. But when I brought him in for his 1 month update, like to the doctors, the pediatrician, she gave me some tips on how to get rid of it. And I didn't know this from before, but if you don't get all the cradle cap out, it will grow back. So what we've been doing and what she recommended was to put any type of oil. You can even do any kitchen oils or anything like that. We tried olive oil, we've done coconut oil, and we've done just normal baby oil. So you let it sit in the cap or the head or the hair or where the cradle cap is for like a good like 15-20 minutes, just to, you know, loosen up all of the cradle cap that is ready to get removed. And then you use, like, I got this specific cradle cap comb, and I will put a picture of it right here. I got it from Bye Bye Baby, but you can get it off of Amazon as well. But it's very fine comb that you can swish through the baby's scalp, and you can pick up all of the cradle cap. And I also got if you're not okay with that method, just because it is kind of like almost picking it off of their scalp, but you can also do the cradle cap shampoo, which we've been using, and I have seen some improvement from it. It's actually almost all gone. But you can get the shampoo, and I read a bunch of reviews on this one here, and I will have it linked down below as well, as their cradle cap comb. But that one had some pretty good reviews, so if you want to try that first before you do, you know, the olive oil and the comb, then definitely give that a shot. What we have noticed is that his eyes are definitely blue, and we think that they are going to stay blue because they are such a beautiful blue, just like Michael's. And when Ethan had blue eyes, it was more like a gray, like a dark gray blue, and then they turn into brown. He has more like a hazel brown like I do. So we think that he's going to stay blue from now on. And let's see here, so 2 weeks ago he started to roll over from his stomach to his back, and it is a little bit early, so I don't know if it was just like a accident thing, but it happened a couple times. So yeah, he's starting to do that, and it's great. He's great at tummy time. He's very, very strong. All right, so I had to switch my battery, so I don't know if this is closer or farther away or whatever, but like I was saying, is that he's very strong, like super strong. I can stand him up on my legs, and he kicks so much. Like, I'll put him next to me in like the bopping, he will just kick my arm all of the time. So I don't know what sport he's gonna play, but maybe it'll be something to do with his feet or his legs. He also just started smiling probably around like the 1 month mark, maybe a little bit afterwards. But we also got him to somewhat laugh, and I can insert that video here. But I don't know if that's an actual laugh. It's obviously not like a belly laugh, like a baby laugh yet, but it's definitely something, so maybe it will be coming somewhat soon. He's overall more of a cuddly baby than Ethan ever was. Ethan was like very independent. I could put him in his swing and he'd be fine for hours. Owen, I can put him in a swing every once in a while, but every time I do it, except for like on very small occasion, he will like cry and he will want to get picked up. So I either have to be holding him or put him in the carrier to do things around the house, or just have him next to me. But overall, he's a very, very clingy baby. So that is everything on Owen for the past 2 months. It's hard to believe that I have a 2-month-old and an almost 2-year-old. Ethan will be 2 in a couple months here, but it's crazy. I'm a mom of 2, under 2, and it has been crazy. It has been stressful at some times, and I don't regret it at all. I think once they grow up, they are going to be the best of friends. And I did actually just book our first Disney trip for the boys. We were supposed to go to Disney last February, but because of the pandemic, we had to cancel. But we were overall very excited for it, so look out for those videos coming up about our Disney planning. I did a bunch of Disney planning already, and I can do a whole video on that. I already got all the boys' outfits and stuff. We're not going until January, but I'm a planner, so I got everything already that I have to rent out, and flight and hotel, everything like that. So I can do a whole different video on that. Let me insert a picture of Owen because he's downstairs with Michael and he's probably sleeping, and I'm just going to try to take any advantage that he is sleeping. So this will be his 2-month photo here for you. Maybe he will make an appearance for his 3-month update, but we'll have to see. Maybe I'll have to do this during another nap time or something. So if you liked today's video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next one.